All right, let's talk about AI in marketing. We're all hearing about it, right? But what if I told you that for a whole lot of businesses, it's actually a super fast track to, well, failure? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something called the AI marketing trap. We'll figure out if you're just burning cash or if you're actually on the brink of some seriously incredible 50x level results. So, does this sound painfully familiar? You've got all the shiny new AI tools for content. You're pushing out ads, you're posting everywhere, all the time. And yet, crickets. The results just aren't showing up. If you feel like your marketing budget is just evaporating into thin air, trust me, you are so not alone. And right here, this is the heart of the issue. We're calling it the AI marketing trap. It's this sneaky idea that just because AI can create content faster, it'll automatically get you more leads. But here's the reality check. Using AI just for speed, without a real strategy steering the ship, well, that just means you're gonna crash faster. And believe me, it's a much more expensive crash. Okay, Section 1, proof. And this is a good one, a tale of two agencies. To really show you what I'm talking about, let's look at some cold, hard proof. We're going to dig into this amazing story about two marketing agencies. They had the same client, the same AI tools, but the results were just worlds apart. So, our story starts with this real estate agent in the UK, and her market is pretty specific. She works with both English and Cantonese-speaking property buyers, a really complex, nuanced audience, you know? And for a while, she was working with a pretty standard marketing agency, and the results were just okay, nothing special. But then she decided to switch things up. She moved to a new approach, one that didn't just use AI, but baked it into a really deep market strategy. And the result? Get this, a 50 times increase in impressions compared to what her old agency was doing. I mean, that's not 50%, that is 50x. Plus, she started getting way more qualified client inquiries, a total game changer. Okay, and here's where the story takes a crazy turn, the plot twist, if you will. Her old agency, they saw these amazing results she was getting, and they thought, hey, we can do that. So they went out and started using the exact same AI tools. We're talking ChatGPT, Canva, the whole shebang. They figured they could just copy the tools and get the same success. So what happened? What were their results? A tiny, tiny fraction of the engagement, just 1/10. Let that sink in for a second. Same client, same market, same tools, but their outcome was a total disaster in comparison. This right here is the AI marketing trap playing out in real life. So let's just break this down side by side. On one hand, you've got the strategic AI approach. Boom, 50x impressions, actual qualified inquiries coming in. On the other hand, the tool-focused approach. The result? A 1/10 of the engagement and a bunch of generic content that nobody cared about. The difference is just staggering. So what on earth was going on? Which brings us to Section 2, why strategy beats tools. Let's really get into the why behind this. How could one agency absolutely crush it, while the other one, using the very same tech, just completely face-planted? Well, it's pretty simple, really. The failing agency copied the tool, but they totally missed the foundation, the strategy. They had no real understanding of the bilingual audience. They didn't get what those buyers actually wanted, which, by the way, was helpful educational content, not just another property listing. They didn't even pick the right content formats. And a huge one, they never trained the AI on the agent's unique brand voice, so everything it pumped out just sounded bland and generic. They were just hitting go for speed, with zero strategy.
And look, this isn't just a one-off story. The data backs this up big time. Companies that are actually good at digging into market insights see way higher revenues. We're talking a lot higher. So strategy isn't some fluffy, nice to have. No, it hits your bottom line hard.
So here's the absolute bottom line. The failing agency was blasting out the wrong message to the wrong people. They were just doing it much, much faster thanks to AI. It's like having a race car with no steering wheel. You're just accelerating straight into a wall. Okay, Section 3, escaping the trap. We've seen the problem, we've seen the proof. So the big question is, how do you get out of this trap? How do you actually get those mind-blowing 50x results? Well, it boils down to a super clear 4-step process. And here they are. Step 1, you've got to do your market analysis. This is your foundation. Everything is built on this. You have to know your audience, inside and out. Then step 2 is to train your AI. You've got to teach it your unique brand voice so it sounds like an actual human from your company, not just another generic robot. Step 3 is where you let the AI do the heavy lifting, scaling up all that strategic content you've planned out. And step 4, and this is so important, is that you approve and direct. You stay in the driver's seat because human judgment always wins. And don't just take my word for it on that last step. Look at this. The data shows that content that's been guided by a human gets over 5 times more traffic than stuff that's just spit out by AI alone. That's huge. Your expertise, your final sign-off, that's the magic touch that turns generic fluff into content that actually works. All right, let's bring it all home. Section 4, your strategic takeaway. So what's the one big thing you absolutely have to remember from all of this? I think this quote from the original article just nails it. AI is a powerful amplifier. If you're amplifying the wrong message, you're just wasting money faster. It's so true. Think of AI like a giant megaphone. It's going to make you louder, for sure, but you have to be 100% certain you're saying the right thing into it. And this is the crucial point, the main takeaway. That enormous gap, the difference between getting 50x results and getting, well, a tenth of the results, it has nothing to do with which AI tool you use. It's all about the strategy behind it, period. So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own business. When you use AI in your marketing, are you really amplifying a smart, well-thought-out strategy? Or are you just making more noise, only faster? Now, if you want to really dig into this and see that full 4-step framework laid out in detail, you've got to check out the original article. We've put the link for you right in the description. It's seriously worth the read to see how you can apply all this yourself. Thanks so much for tuning in.
If this topic resonates with you, don't forget to comment below, give this video a like, share with fellow business owners, and hit subscribe to stay updated with more actionable business insights.